Didn't have both oars in the water. Where in the world they get this old picture of Ethel?
Yeah, that was pretty good though, huh?
Yeah, and then we went by, somebody bought the real estate agent bought the house.
Yeah.
And the house is standing, but you can't recognize it. It looks like one of those new cabins. And he rents it out.
But the grandsons were very sad about it because they didn't know it had happened. You know?
Well, her house, Ethel's house.
Yeah. 2 white guys got it.
Oh, they did. Well, they did, I remember the morning she was baptized. And they baptized in the river, in Jack Creek River.
In Jack's Creek, yeah, right down there. That's where Junior lives around there, right? Somewhere Junior Winbush?
And her daddy he got drunk the night before. And we were all dressed, sitting there waiting for him to come. He's supposed to be at the barn hitching up the horses. And we waited. Then the time comes so close to the baptizing time, Mother said, let me go out here and see what's going on. So she got up and took off out there. And he was laying up in the haystack, sound asleep.
Oh my gosh.
And we're all sitting there waiting. Reverend Gould was walking up and down the riverbank, everybody waiting for her to show up. And Mother said his name was Abe Ross.
Yeah,
Abe Ross, right.
Yeah, that's what it
Mother
said.
said, Abe, get out of there. What are you doing? And he had a word he'd always say every time, oh, brain. Oh, brain, Miss Lizzie. What do you want? Mother says, Ethel is all ready to go to be baptized, and you out here in the haystack sound asleep. So Mother climbed up on that wagon, got the reins of those horses in her hands, and we went flying to the baptizing. We didn't see no more of him till the other, sometime during the day he came to the church looking for something to eat. Poor cousin, we always said poor cousin Mary, she went through a whole lot with him.
Yeah.
Because he was drunk more than he was sober.
That's their mother, right?
That's
Gladys's and Penny's mother.
Yeah, and Abe was their father.
And Abe was their father.
Not Penny's mother.
Huh?
Not Penny. You talking about the
Okay, Lucinda.
Yeah.
And then her daughter was Mary.
Uh-huh.
Then she had Ethel and
Gladys.
Gladys and Rosie.
Right, and Rosie, right.
Yeah, and
say hi, grandchildren.
I don't know if you remember Abraham's eye or not. But anyway, she married Abraham, and he was on his way home one night, got drunk and fell in the fish pond, and the next morning they found him he drowned.
Is that right?
Is that right?
That's right.
That's what happened to their father.
Mm-hmm. That's Rosie's husband.
Oh, Rosie's husband.
That was Rosie's husband.
Daddy, say hi,
Abraham
grandchildren.
was.
Hello.
Oh.
Grandchildren.
And he was always, I don't know, he was about like his father-in-law, never sober. And so he had been out somewhere partying the night before and was going to cut across this man's field and forgot about he had a pond, he watered his horses. And when he got watered his horses, and he kept cows too. And he was going to cut through the pasture to go home, fell in the pond, and next morning he froze it up in there stiff as a board and was dead. Mm-hmm.
Good gracious almighty.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
Lord have mercy.
Never could understand why. And then they had a sister named Ella. And Ella she was really a pretty girl. But her morals weren't that long. she was after everybody's husband in the country. When she come down from New Jersey, she lived in New Jersey.
Is that right?
And when she come down from New Jersey, everybody take the husband, try to lock them up, put them in the closet or something. I said, no, she gonna be calling. Oh, mercy. I can't can't remember the last time they lived in the house my dad built. When he and mother was married, all of them had a house in a little complex. Uncle Larkin, Uncle Willie, Uncle Jimmy, and Dad.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah, we saw the piles
it's still
where the houses were.
Part of it.
Yeah.
Up in the woods.
It's still up there.
Well, we had to leave. Mother had to leave because she and Grandma couldn't get along. Plus the fact that after the kids started coming on, they didn't have but a 2-bedroom house and one. They had 2 bedrooms and a kitchen. I'm trying to think did they have anything like a living room and thing, but I don't think so.
No.
And so mother, her father was living down, they called it Elamsville.
Elamsville, right.
So mother wanted, he couldn't come live with her. So mother said, I'm going back home and look after Pa till he passes because he was sick at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And Daddy was in West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
My daddy was.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, Grandma didn't know mother was leaving until she had all her stuff packed and had tied the cow to the back of the wagon. They were going back to Grandpa. And not long after, I think they'd been there maybe a couple of weeks, and Arizona was born, right there at Grandpa's house. And then after Grandma passed on, Daddy's mother, Grandma was living in the house, and we just left her there, and they went on about the business. And so when she passed on, Abe and Mary wanted to buy the house, and so Daddy let them have it, I think, for about I don't know what it was. Anyway, Mother told him, why didn't you just give it to him? A little bit, Mother. Why didn't you just give him the house? And Daddy said, I guess I might as well, because I don't expect I'll ever get anything. So I don't know if he ever did or not. Anyway, we didn't see much of them from that
Who
time.
did you say they gave the house to?
Huh?
Who did they sell the house to?
To Ethel's father and mother.
Okay.
Mary and Abe.
Is that right? He sold the house to them. He gave the house to them.
Huh?
He gave it to them.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
You mean the house where they all were in that ring there?
Yeah. I didn't know if the house...
I've seen it. I've been up there.
Part of the chimney still is.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't know if the house was still there.
Yeah, it's all in a pile.
It's like you can tell it's a house because part of the chimney's still there. Even I remember at one point I saw like a pot or, a couple of old things like that.
That's right. It's still there. That was right down there where the cemetery is.
Uh-huh.
It's right where the Houchins Cemetery is.
Yeah.
It's below that.
Is that where they buried Ethel?
No.
Where did they bury her?
Right
Next
there.
to her house.
Oh, yeah, over
that little
there.
cemetery.
That's the Connor Cemetery.
That's right. Okay, they called it the Rakes Cemetery, didn't they?
Well, they might call it Rakes now because...
But the Connor's in there, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
That's where Aunt Miller Jane is buried, Daddy's sister Millie. And that's where her son,
Scoot over a bit.
who else is buried? Uncle Ed's buried over there too.
Uncle Ed is there, yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's right.
And
I told Mommy to say hello.
Murray, that son Murray, he's buried over there. And
I saw Uncle Ed's grave.
yeah, well, he's buried over there. And they had cemeteries all over the place.
Right, everybody got a cemetery.
Yeah.
Now that's the first time I ever seen the West Liberty Cemetery.
Is it?
That's the first time. I've never seen that.
Well,
It's cleaned off.
yeah,
It's
oh yeah.
nice. You go
Yeah.
up there.
They used to when
Because Lee was mad, upset because he said, well, it seems like nobody cares about the Houchins Cemetery. But he's got somebody buried up there, and it bothers him.
Oh,
bothered him a lot.
yeah,
What's
because
that?
his grandma,
I tried to help him.
his grandma and grandpa's buried there.
Yeah, right.
Who?
Oh,
Lee.
Lee's
Oh.
grandma and grandpa's
Yeah.
buried there. Grandpa, great grandpa and great grandma too. I got a sister buried there.
Right.
Two sisters buried
But I think
there.
Nettie, right? Well, no.
Huh?
Who was it? Because I think didn't we see one of those grave markers?
Yes.
I remember.
Yes.
Was it Nettie? No.
I had Nellie and May.
Nellie.
And
We
May.
saw Nellie
And May.
and May. That's right. When we went up to the
Well,
cemetery.
that used to be the houchins cemetery. Uncle Willie got ever so many kids buried there. Uncle Larkin's only son, Albert, is buried up there.
No, is that right?
And, I don't know, I just...
Okay.
After we used to go there every Memorial Day, and then it got difficult to get where you wanted to go, and so I don't know. We just didn't go there much after we moved down to Grandpa's house, and then from Grandpa's house we moved. Grandpa didn't have but 2 rooms in his house and a kitchen. Years and years he didn't have nothing but a dirt floor in his kitchen, in his house.
Is that right?
That's right. And Mother kept on after Leonard and his brother to put a floor in the house. And she bought the material. And they put a floor in Grandpa's house. And then Mother bought this great big old...
Grandpa who? Which one? Grandpa Mose?
Grandpa Moses.
Yeah.
But when he passed at our house down where the Bramwells used to live.
Right, right.
And I used to sit up with Mother every night, and she sat up with him. And I sat up with her, and I'd be so sleepy I wouldn't know what in the world to do. Finally, Mother came one night and touched me on the shoulder. She said, "Fran, you can go to bed now. Grandpa's going on."
Is
I
that right?
wonder where in the world Grandpa go to when he wasn't able to get out of bed.
How old were you then, Aunt Fran?
I was about 9, 8 or 9. I got up the next morning. They had laid him out in the living room.
Right.
And I got up going in the living room and Grandpa stretched out down. Daddy had gone, at that time, they didn't have caskets on display. You had to have them made as you needed them.
Yeah, you sure.
So Daddy had gone, Mr. Weaver, up to Woolwine made them. And Daddy had to go up there and get the casket and bring it back. And
Is that right?
yeah. The kids don't think I know much about what went on, but it's a little poem I was trying to teach it to Harold's little girl. It says, a wise old owl sat in an oak, and the more he heard, the less he spoke. The less he spoke, the more he heard. Don't you wish you were like that old bird? So, when we were growing up, you didn't do much talking, you know. You just listened.
Listen, right.
Yeah,
That's right. Mother give you...
You have
You
to
be
listen.
trying to say something, Mother give you.
Yeah,
That means you don't be saying nothing more. Yes,
Listen
indeed.
here, Aunt Fran. So Lucinda's not in this picture, though, is she?
No,
She didn't make
that's
that.
Aunt Cora that's in the pink, and Aunt Millie Jane in the blue.
And the blue.
Lucinda, I never did see her. She passed on before I.
Is that right?
Yeah, she died really early. Now I saw Aunt Cora and Aunt Millie Jane, but I never did see her. Aunt Lucinda.
Is that right? So was she older than Grandpa?
Go for it.
Huh?
Look and
She
give it
older
to
than
me,
Grandpa?
Greenland.